Hi, so this is your first lesson on how to film a course using just a smartphone on Udemy or on any other platform. There are many other platforms, right? But Udemy is the main platform. So obviously you are limited. So if you want to do programming, if you want to do Excel, if you want to do VBA, if you want to do C++, website development, this is probably not the way you want to do this. Then you need screen capture and you need a proper mic, and you cannot film stuff like this using this method. But for anything else where you can use the talking head approach, which is just me or you in front of the camera, talking to the camera, talking to you, the audience, if your entire course can be filmed like that, or you can do some overhead stuff. That means you have a camera on top, and maybe you're writing something down on the table or doing something like that, or showing something from the top down. Then you can use this method too. So really, anything that doesn't require slides, PowerPoint presentations, or stuff like that, you can use a smartphone for. Let's talk about some examples. So what I did, basically, I had a course on, my first course was on playing the piano. And the piano, obviously, if you want to show the piano what you're playing, you want to show it from the top, right? So I found a way to mount my smartphone just above my head over the keyboard, and I just hit on record and just went about my lessons. That's how I did it. Another course I did was on how to draw cars like a pro, right? Design, as you can see, I like that. So I also tried a similar method where I found a way to put the camera on top of my head, over a table in a nice frame, so I could then show the viewer from a proper perspective how everything is done. Because I sometimes see tutorials or courses where people on YouTube or whatever, where people film stuff from a weird angle. So the piano is like from the side, or when they're drawing, it's also tilted or something like that. That's not very good. You don't want to do that. But that's one or two examples. Another course I did was a talking head, like this one. So this is talking head, right? You can do this too. This is probably the easiest way to film a course. Another course I did was on how to play certain chords on the guitar, right? So that was filmed just like this in a different area of my room. And yeah, so these types of courses, overhead. So when you want to write something down or draw something or play an instrument or show something that's on a table, on a flat surface. Overhead courses you can film like this. And talking head courses you can also film like this. Anything that involves slides, coding, programming, or software tutorials, you don't want to film like this. For that, you actually do need a proper microphone. You do need screen capturing software like Camtasia or something like this in order to film it properly. But as I said, if you just want to film something about, you know, when you want to talk about something, if you want to show something on a whiteboard or something like this, then you're absolutely fine with this method. And I probably think that this method is even better than using a computer or screen capture software where you write on the screen, simply because when you write something on a screen and using a mic, you don't see the person doing it, and it comes across as very distant. So when you look at the tutorial, it seems like it's like reading a book. You don't really connect with the instructor. Whereas when you use just your smartphone and film it, everything comes very naturally, right? So you're actually interacting with the things you want to teach instead of just typing on your computer and going through slides, which you did earlier. So I actually prefer this method over slides. So some people use slides even when they're just talking about something. I actually prefer when you just do it in front of the camera and maybe have a whiteboard or something, but always show your face in cases like this. For other things like instruments, definitely don't use slides or anything like that. You can attach something to your lesson, like a document or something where you explain stuff. But generally speaking, the more natural things are, the better it is. Okay, so that's the introduction, and I'll see you in the next lecture.